Hello, amazing people. Happy Sunday. I hope we're all doing good. It's your girl Seeker in the house. We were having an amazing conversation yesterday, and it's one that I think we should complete today, and then we can talk about something else later on in the day. Now, following on from yesterday's video, if you haven't watched it, please go back and watch that video. But one of the main questions that came out from the comments that people put on the videos was, so if you're asking us to go and get a full medical done, when we go to see this medic of ours, what sort of questions are we asking? What sort of test are we requesting? What should we be asking for? In the Western cultures, the systems are already set in place. There's a whole template that doctors would normally have about standardized tests that they would ask you to go and complete every single year, so they know what your status is at that particular time. However, if you live in, a lot of our African countries where you have to take more of a proactive position, because this is your health, this is your life, this is your body, then there's certain fundamental things that you can be asking for. And I'm sure that once you start saying those kinds of things, any medic worth their salt would know exactly what is required, and you guys can have a conversation and go and get those tests done. All I'm saying, and this is a conversation that's going to be ongoing, but for today, I at least want to finish what we were talking about that both men and women need to take seriously and do something about. So if you're a male, you walk into your doctor's office, you're getting on in age, around the middle ages, any doctor worth their salt would have you do things like your blood pressure will be checked every time. That's pretty standard. Your pulse will be checked every time, pretty standard. But at least on an annual basis, and if you have issues already, then that may be more frequent than normal, is that they will ask you to do your kidney function test, your liver function tests. They would ask you to check your cholesterol. They want to know where you are on that. They will do a lot of hormonal tests, so thyroid function will be one of them. If you have certain peculiar issues, they may check your testosterone levels to see what's going on there. They would also want to know what your blood sugar levels are, because that is a good indicator for things like diabetes. So they want to know how your system is functioning, how you're able to digest and utilize and get rid of sugar so that you don't have excessive amounts of sugars in your blood. That's pretty standard, and that's for both men and women. Now, if you're a man and you're getting on in age, they may also want to see your PSA levels to do with your prostate, because one of the number one things that deletes a lot of my brothers is your prostate issues. Some people get it pretty young, some people get it older, but as they age, they have blockages. The prostate may get inflamed. People are having issues trying to pass urine and all kinds of things. And these are things that need to be checked. Unfortunately, for some peculiar reason, when there are types of cancers, those are some of the areas that the cancer decides to attack first. And so those are places that they would want you to go and check out to make sure that you don't have any issues. Happy New Year, Sister Maureen. I hope you're doing well. Tiffany, Esther, good morning to everybody. So those things need to be looked at. Another common type of illnesses that deletes a lot of men, it happens to women too, but a lot of men, is colon type of cancers. And so that may also be an area where if you've passed the age of 45 and you're a male and you live in a very organized health system, they may ask that they want you to go and undertake a colonoscopy so that they can see what is going on in your behind. They put a camera through it, they check all the things that are going on there, and if there are any changes or any issues, at least it's caught early and they can do something about it. So that's that. So as a man, there are all these different things that you need to do, depending on what other concerns you have, which you discuss with your doctor. There might be other tests that you may also be asked to undertake, and based on the results that you have, they may decide what it is that you need or whatever. But all I'm saying here is that it's the start of a new year. Don't just sit around and think that because you feel fine, you're not having any twinges, any pain or anything, it means that everything is okay. The only way to know for sure. Good morning, Sister Georgina, Akim, and Anseng. I hope I'm Asbin. I hope I'm saying people's names right too. Mr. Robinson, I hope I haven't completely, deleted your name or done all kinds of horrible things to it. Please forgive me. Please go and get your body check done. Go and get your health check done, because you only live once. You don't. Hello, Mr. Eric. You will never live to tell the tale after the issue has happened and you haven't done anything about it. So your life is in your hands. You get to decide how you want to live it. If you just want to sit on the fences till things are too late and you wish that you had done something about it, then, there's nothing I can do about that. Mr. James, good morning. So, those are some of the things that need to be looked at. If you're a woman, it's the same sort of thing. All those tests I talked about, the kidney function, the liver function, your blood sugar, blood pressure is, that's just standard procedure. Walking the talk. How are you doing, Mr. Kwame? How are you? You do all of those things, and then they get those done. Now, if you're female, they would also want to look at your hormones. We have a lot of hormonal type issues to do with your reproductive system, and, that can spill out into other things as well. That's what some of our men don't like. Some have blood pressure medications they don't like to take because apparently our self-made doctors have advised them not to take them because their manhood will stop working. I'm coming to that. That's just very silly. You're not a medic. You're not trained in any way. You don't know nothing about why they're taking whatever medication. And you, Mr. Sabi, over Sabi, you go and ask somebody to stop taking blood pressure medication now. And then when they get deleted, people don't understand. If you're taking medications that are causing other symptoms, what's better to do than to go back to the place where you got the medication for? There's so many blood pressure type medications. If one is not working for you, you can try something else till you find something that absolutely works. But the overarching issue is to also find ways to deal with that blood pressure so that you don't even need no medication anymore and you can come off it. Right? I'll come back to that one because that's a very serious thing. Thank you so much, Sister Maureen, for sharing that and for bringing that to light. If you're a woman, apart from those tests, the common tests that we talked about, the kidney, liver, and all of those functions, we women tend to have a lot of hormonal type issues. So they would also want to check to see what your hormones are doing. The estrogen, the progesterone, the testosterone, they want to see what is happening with all of those things. You also need to, at a certain point in your life, have your breast examined on a regular basis. Because as you get on in age, that's where all the nasty things that we don't like talking about, that's where they go to hide. Your boobs is one of them. Yesterday, I shared a story. Go back and watch that video if you haven't seen it yet. Sister Sarah, how are you doing? Eve, good morning. Chisha, I hope you're doing good. Mr. Michael, Mr. Daniel, good morning. Sister Mary, good morning. And thank you so much. Yes, happy belated birthday. Thank you so much, Walking the Talk. Those are things that are very important that we need to take on board. Apart from your boobs, a very, very, very serious and important thing is to check your cervix to see what is going on. You see, women, at the time that you become sexually active. Start sleeping with men. There's so many different changes that can occur to your cervix. When we talk about being careful about the people that you exchange body fluids in that manner, and people think, oh, it's because you are colo, it's because you are cake, you don't want us to have fun, you only live once. But the fact of the matter is that by having multiple partners that you exchange body fluids with in that manner, you know, the mama and papa thing, there is human papilloma virus that you can pick up from having multiple partners. That thing can cause changes, or not can cause, it causes changes to your cervical area. And if the volume or quantities of that thing in your body is significant, those changes can then become precancerous cells, can become full-blown up cancer cells, and that's when people get deleted. So when we talk about people having multiple partners that they exchange body fluids with in that manner, and people are making noise about how it can be a very dangerous thing to do, this is why. There isn't any cure, but at least in these days, they have all these jabs that they give to people to try to prevent you from contracting and getting all these kinds of papilloma viruses and all kinds of things off people. Today, there's a vaccine that they go in the schools and they give lots of teenagers. Some of them, they catch them before they become, active in that manner to try to prevent you from even being able to get it in the first place. Because once you get it, there's nothing they can do about it. You can be checking the levels to see if it's there, not there, blah, blah. But there's nothing they can do in that progressing into something that you don't want to hear. In women, one of the silent deletion things for us is cervical cancer. It doesn't give any kind of indication for the most part. By the time it starts to show pain here, this, twinges, it's already had its time and chance to fester and eat through your cervix and go to other parts of your reproductive system and other things. And if it attaches your lymphatic system, you're almost had. There's nothing they can do. You're almost deleted. Once you get past stage 3, stage 4, there's really nothing they can do. And now you're not here anymore. The number of your days was cut short just because of some 5 minute pleasure that you had with somebody that you can't even remember. My big brother Shege, I hope you're doing good. Manya Queen, good morning. Sister Mercy, Sister Ruth, good morning to everybody. Happy Sunday. And so when you see me being very passionate and emotional about us looking after ourselves, this is why. I always say that we women are down below. It's like a pot. If you allow different types of spoon to enter your pot, if you put different types of soups inside your pot and something happens to you, the stew will disappear. The spoon will walk away. It's your pot. It's your pot now that has the issue. And you are going to be the only person that has to bear the brunt of a decision that you made with somebody else. Classic example. When two people, Mama and Papa, are going to the bedroom now, Papa is so excited because he sees the beautiful flower and he must have access to that flower. He has to chop that flower. He must have it at all costs. Right? But when you go and do your thing in secret, only one person comes out with the evidence of the results of that test that you went to sit quietly, hide in the corner and do. Everybody sees the evidence, only on one person. One person will walk away, wash themselves if you're lucky, put on their boxer shorts and trousers. They've disappeared. Now that thing that you cooked in the bun, you have to bear the brunt of it. You have to carry it around. Everybody is going to know you're pregnant. And if this guy says, I didn't do anything, I don't know, this woman, I've never even seen her before, they will leave you alone. And now you have to bear the brunt of that pregnancy and carry it to term, have the child, and deal with the ramifications. If you're not lucky, and this man is a really wicked man, he will walk away from you and never look back. So when you're making those kinds of decisions, spare a moment to think about it. That me and this man are going to do something. When it comes down to it, I'm the only person that's going to be left standing. Am I ready for it? Am I ready for all the risks that I'm putting myself through? Am I ready? You just meet somebody in the street. The number of body counts they've had is not written on their face. You just think, oh, he's such a handsome man. He looks so innocent. Oh, this woman, she's so nice. She's so beautiful. You know, she doesn't even talk. So she must be clean. This one, she hasn't been anywhere. There's nothing to put measures or any kind of mark. Oh, this one, this is contestant number 10. Then it's written there. There's nothing. There's nothing. You can't just look at somebody's face and say, oh, because they look innocent and they look nice, it means that they're innocent. My brother, my sister, this is your human life we're talking about here. Are you prepared to gamble with it? There's somebody that I know. Every time that she has to date somebody else, or, you know, she's in a relationship, it doesn't work out, they break up, blah, blah, and she meets somebody new. Before they go to do the do, they both have to go to sexual and reproductive clinic and both get tested for everything. Chlamydia, gonorrhea, name it, herpes, everything. And it is after the results have come back. HIV, it's after all those results have come back. They even go back and repeat it 3 months afterwards just to be sure that that thing that they saw at that time, which was just a glimpse of what the person's, how do I say it? What the person's position was at that particular time. Now, 3 months later, let's go back and make sure that, you know, 3 months prior to that and the 3 months in between, that is still clean before she may agree for you to proceed in that manner. So if you're a man and you're not ready for all that shenanigan, you get tired and you move on. But that is her way of protecting herself. Yes, nothing is absolute. But if there's anything that is within your control to do, my brother, my sister, especially the younger people that are listening to me this morning, this is something you want to take on board. I'm not here promoting promiscuity. I'm just being very practical. Because there's some people, it doesn't matter what you say. Don't do it. Who are you? Look at this old woman. What does she know? And they'll still go ahead and do it. You know, because of all the retroviral drugs that we have today, many people think that HIV is not a thing anymore, you know. They're just doing anything and think they can get away with it. Oh, after all, they're retroviral drugs. Can you afford the retroviral drugs? And the people that have to take them, go and spend time with them and let them tell you how much of a life-changing experience it is for them. Are you prepared to pop pills for the rest of your life? Are you ready? It's not funny. Some people take things, they react to them. Now they have to find something else and find something else and keep finding something else. And the truth about it is that your immunity is low. So anything passing, you're catching that thing. What a life. What a life. A lot of people who passed on because of COVID, they already had predispositions to other things. A lot of the people who passed away from COVID needn't have done so, but because they already had issues, including the fact that they've contracted HIV and their immune system isn't high anymore, they caught all the things that went ahead with that, and a lot of people got deleted because of that. A word to the wise is enough. So look after yourself. Remember that you are the own architect of your own destiny. Whether you live long or your life gets cut short, it's all in your hands. Yes, we have to pray. You know, you can do everything, but things may still not go right. But if there's anything within your own control, control it. Sister Terry, good morning. Sister Amy, good morning. Sister Nad Hammond, good morning. Sister Regina, good morning. That is my little piece of advice for people who have ears and want to listen to what I'm saying to you. You can tell me I'm old all I want. Yes, I'm not a young person. And you can say all kinds of silly things all you want. But when you're there on that sick bed, you remember me. That girl that doesn't look very nice with her big nose and big eyes and telling me all kinds of things. I wish I had listened to her. And I pray to God that you remember that I told you that life is short and life is in your hands. And it is up to you and your sole responsibility to make sure that this thing that you're doing, you have total control over everything that happens. And if for whatever reason anything happens to you, you're prepared to deal with the ramifications as a result of that. So cervical screening is absolutely crucial for we women. I can't stress it enough. Cervical screening is absolutely, you can't put any monetary value on it. If you're in your 20s, you need to go and get this thing done. Like in England, it's a bi-yearly thing. Every 2 years, you get a letter in the mail. Your time is here. Come and get your cervical test done. And they will hound you until you do it. In Canada, in the States, it's the same. Like most westernized countries, it's the same. In Africa, a lot of places, look, there's so many people. Nobody has time to come and tell you to check your cervix, but your life is in your own hands. You're in your 30s. You don't even know what cervical screening is. You've never gone to have your down below checked before, but you slept with 50 men from the time you started being active till now. And you're sitting there. You don't even know what is going on in your body, and you're just sitting there like you're just gambling with your life. So please, if you haven't heard anything I've said to you this morning and you're a woman, go and get your cervix checked. As you get older, it becomes more frequent, depending on the results that your screening reveals. Some people go and get their cervix checked and they say that the results are not conclusive, or they've seen some cell changes. They just want to be sure that, everything is fine. So they may choose to dig further by asking you to do a biopsy, where they actually take a sample of your cervix from different points and go and test that for all kinds of things. If there are any pre-cancer cells, they will catch it at that time. If there are any changes that are not good for the cervix, that is where they will find them and treat them. There's somebody that I know who had pre-cancer cell changes, and she had to have some laser treatment to burn off the pre-cells that they had seen there before it grew up into anything else. There are all kinds of procedures that are done. In these days, medicine has advanced. Don't sit around and gamble with your life and then turn around and blame, Don't sit around and blame everybody else and their dog for what has to be done and this, that, and the other. Go and get it done. It is your body we're talking about here. Cervical screening. You can't put any monetary value to that. If you haven't had one yet, go and get one done. And make sure that every couple years, you go back and go and get that reviewed. A word to the wise is enough. Sister Jane, I sent you an email. I'm still waiting for a response. Please respond to my email and let me know. I haven't heard from you, darling. Go check your emails, your spam mail, wherever. I sent you an email, darling. I really, really need to speak to you. Please, please, please. I've lost a friend, somebody very dear to my heart, somebody I grew up with because of this thing. It's why I'm wasting all this time talking about this issue. She went to have a baby. She got pregnant. She had had 2 children already, and she had gone to have another baby. And then throughout the pregnancy, she was just unwell. They tested everything. It wasn't that. But that was the only thing they hadn't tested yet. Finally, when they got, somebody said, but we haven't looked. Let's check this. She was full. She was gone. Like her pregnancy was so much far gone that they had to wait till the baby was born. All of this is delaying, taking time. And then before they knew it, it was too late. My good friend went to be with the Lord just 6 weeks after having her baby. This is serious business I'm talking about here. And so please, please, I'm begging you, go and get your cervical screening done. If it's there and you have to go and do it, yeah, go and get it done. If you have to forcibly call yourself and say, look, I've never had a smear test done before, I want to have a cervical smear test done, go and get it done. A word to the wise is enough. I'll end that one there. Now, you've gone to get all these tests done. They say it's nothing, or they say it's something. Being proactive and being on top of everything is part of this health journey that we're going to be talking about into the days and weeks in 2024. Staying healthy, maintaining optimal health takes a lot of things that you have to do into consideration. Once you start getting into your 30s and 40s, life happens. You're married, there are children, you're a wife, you're a husband, you're a mom, you're a daughter, you're all kinds of things demanding of your time and your attention. Life gets stressful. But the only thing that is going to keep you alive, the only thing that is going to keep you sane, is for you to sit on top of everything that is going on in your life. Look, I love a post that I saw on my sister Debbie's page this morning that, there's only a limit to what you can do in this life. You can do everything. You can get everything right. But after you've done all that you have to do, the only thing left for you to do is to stand, is to pray. That's it. Do the best that you can and leave the rest to the heavens to take care of. Why am I saying that? One of the things that is the most significant things that causes all kinds of other things to happen in our bodies is stress. You're 25. Your grandfather was 60 by the time he put up his mansion. He was 50 by the time he put up his mansion. He was 48 before he bought a plot of land. I'm not saying you should wait till you're 48 for that to happen for you. But you're 25. You've barely come out of university and you want to have a 3-story building. You want to be driving the latest Range Rover. You want everything that it took somebody's whole life to get at 25. And so you're carrying the whole weight of the whole world on your shoulders because you have to have it. What even annoys me the most is that the people who want all these things are not prepared to do the hard work that it takes to get those things. You want to take from people who have slaved their whole lives to get it from them with the hands of a barrel in your hand, trying to end somebody else's hard work, end their life, cut it short, and take things that don't belong to you. What kind of human being are you? At a point in my life, my face was like charcoal because of stress. Thank you so much. Beauty of Life with Debbie. If you want anything that is worth having, takes hard work, consistency at that hard work. Praying to God to bless you. Those are the things that bring the sort of joys and happiness that you want and carry with it no sorrow. Look, in this life, there's so much that you can do. We all aspire to have all kinds of things. But the only person who decides whether you're actually going to have it or not is the man upstairs. There's so many things that can go wrong in your life. We spend all this time, worrying about things that don't even matter or make sense. You have a roof over your head. You're paying your rent or your mortgage. You're eating every day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner has never passed by your dinner table. You always have food on your table. You have children. They're in good health. Do you know how many people that go to have babies and these babies are not healthy babies? They need a lot of attention. Do you know? You take all these things for granted. Oh, because I haven't built 3 houses. Ijoma has built 5 houses at 50. And me, I'm 51. I don't even own a plot of land. Yes, but you're alive. Do you know the things that Ijoma is suffering? Do you know? Ijoma may have everything, but every little last cent that she has, she's spending that money fighting for the health that you have for free. This life, no size. Everybody is going through something. And it is up to you to understand that, look at the fingers of my hand. Are they the same? Do they look the same? Are they the same size? Same shape? The hand is different. Everybody's blessings come at different times. Some people get it in the morning, crack of dawn. They're blessed. Hallelujah. Thank God for their lives and what they have. Some people, it's noon time. That's when they are blessed. Oh, hallelujah. Yes, we thank God for them. Some people, it's evening, late afternoon. Some people, it's midnight. That's when their blessings come. Like, we're all very different. But the whole fundamental principle is to be grateful for the little things that you have that you're taking for granted. You have parents, they're alive, they're in their 60s, their 70s, whatever, 50s. They don't have any issues. Other people have parents in their late 40s and 50s. They already have carrying the whole world's prescription on their head. They are taking high blood pressure, diabetes, all kinds of things to stay alive. And you're alive, you're not taking nothing. And you're still thinking that God hasn't done well by you just because you don't have Range Rover. Hey, Juliana, how are you, sweetheart? I miss you so much. It's been a long time. Just because you don't have Range Rover, God hasn't been good to you. Just because you don't own this, God hasn't been good to you. But if you only knew the things that you have been saved from, appreciation helps our mental health. Like, wake up being happy and lucky and thank God for what you have. I know we humans are never satisfied with our lot. You want the latest gadget. Look, last year, or was it the year before, I got this iPhone, the one that I'm doing this video with. Before I was out of the shop, they were already talking about iPhone 15 something, and then there's always going to be something over and above your thing. But me, I don't chase, it has to be the latest gadget. So if you have iPhone 12 and now iPhone 13 Pro Max comes, you trade the iPhone 12 in and get the 13 Pro Max with more money just because you want to have the latest whatever. The only core fundamental principles for me, does it work? Yes. Can I turn it on? Yes. Can I receive and make calls? Yes. Is my video good enough to do videos like the one we're doing now? Yes. Finished. I'm not chasing all this modern technology and all of that and paying crazy sums of money for it. I just want something that does the job, period. You can't go through life, always chasing after the next thing and bringing unnecessary stress on your own self. Be satisfied and content with your own lot. That's how my parents raised us. Never to sit around and be envying other people and what they have. You don't know what price they have had to pay in order to have the set thing. Have I eaten? Do I eat every day? Yes. Have I ever slept outside? No. But thank God I've never slept outside. I live in a country where the people that are indigents of this country, they sleep outside. Me, a foreigner, an immigrant from nowhere, whose village doesn't even have a name, nor shown on any huge African Ghana map or Togolese map. Me, I'm sleeping in a house. And the people who own this country are sleeping outside. Some of them sleep outside. The people who are natives of this country are sleeping outside. Has God not been good to me? Why should I be out there and be envying other people and what they have or don't have? Why? Me, I'm happy and proud of myself for what I've been able to achieve. I'm sitting here, haven't had 17 incisions on my body. If I can even sit down and open my mouth and talk, I'm grateful for that. All I have to do is to go to the hospital. Even the smell of the hospital alone is enough for me to say, God, I thank you that I'm not in this place. There are people who today give anything just to be able to pee by themselves, but they can't. They have to put tubes inside of their vagina and their penises in order for them to be able to pee. Common thing. Just go sit down on a water closet. You don't even think about it. The thing just comes out and then you just get up and wipe yourself and get out of there. That simple thing. Some people can't do that. So be grateful for the little blessings that you have in your life. I'm not saying don't work hard. I'm not saying don't desire more. I'm not saying don't push yourself to have more. But right now, with whatever you have, be grateful for that thing. The last thing that I'm going to talk about before I leave here is that if you want to achieve and attain and maintain good health, one of the things that has become a scientific groundbreaking breakthrough is redox cellular health. A lot of people are doing it. It's no secret. Go and read up about it. Go to redoxscience.com and knock yourself out. There's so much research and all kinds of things happening. But this is the most modern scientific breakthrough, that if you're able to deal with your cells, your body at a cellular level, you can attain optimal health. Redox is what I use. I've been on Redox for the last 15 months and counting. I'm still healing every day. Something new is happening in this body of mine. If you're interested to know more about it, type in the word Redox and I will send you information about it. You can private message me if you want, and we can have a chat back and forth. If you've listened to me talk about Redox so much that now you've decided, look, let me just take the plunge, I want to get started, let me know in your message exactly what it is you want. Whether it's information you're looking for or you're ready to take the plunge, let me know and I will help you on that journey. It's as simple as that. Sister Eve, what did you want? Did you want information or are you ready to get started? Please let me know. Info, get started, then I know where we're at. You make my life so much more easy. We are not in Africa. So if you're sat in Accra, in Nigeria, in Lagos, in Kenya, in anywhere, and you're listening to me and you want to embark on this, we are not at that place yet. It's work in progress. We need a lot more people to know about Redox and start pushing that they also want to have the products there to take, so that we can go back to the company and say, hey, we have X amount of people that are interested. Let's drop ship. And then we'll do that. So what you can do at this point, if you're listening, is to share this video so that other people can also hear what is being said here, right? And also decide if there's something that they want and there's enough people that are expressing interest. Yes, then we have the numbers. We can go back with that information and get these products sent down to Africa to the people who want to have it. And lastly, your life is in your hands. There's nothing that you can do but to look after this life that has been given to you, that you only have one shot at. Once you get deleted, that's it. You're done. You're out of this place. Do everything humanly possible to look after yourself. You cannot love anybody else until you've loved yourself enough. It is from the overflow of loving yourself that you can love other people. Some people decide that is selfish, is whatever, you're self-centered, all kinds of crazy words. But how can I love you when I haven't even learned how to love my own self? I mistreat myself. Some of us, we mistreat our body so much. We treat it like it's garbage, forgetting that it is in this body that your soul, your everything is living. If you don't take the time to look after it, it's going to leave you on the side of the road. It's as simple as that. You're not sleeping enough. You're not eating good food. You eat all the junk. You drink like crazy. And then when you're ill or you're not feeling good, you don't understand. You sit on a bottle of Jack Daniels by yourself between 6 p.m. and midnight. You've consumed that whole bottle and you're expecting that you would have long life, longevity. Meanwhile, you're punishing your kidney, you're punishing your liver, you're doing all kinds of craziness. And then when it then turns back and says, you know what, I've had enough of you. And now you're upset. How can this be happening to me? I've not been treated fairly. What were you expecting to happen? Whether you're male or female, it's the same thing. Look after yourself. You only have one shot, one, at this life. Make it count for something. The way you treat your body is a measure of how you love yourself. If you protect this body, you don't want anybody to mistreat it for you, and you yourself are taking good care of it, it shows the sort of person that you are. I don't know what else to say this morning. All I have to say to you this morning is that your life is in your hands, and you have the responsibility to look after yourself. I'm coming back later on this afternoon to talk about something completely different. But if you haven't heard anything I've said, look after your health. Look after your health. If you have any questions, if there are any comments, anything that you want to write, go ahead and put it there. I read every single comment of every video, and I see the trending things that people want me to talk about, and I go ahead and talk about them. If there's something specific that you want me to talk about, put that in the comment section as well, and we'll make time to talk about those things as well. Look after yourself. I love you all so much, Sister Debbie. God bless you. Inna, God bless you. Roy, God bless you. Michelle, Citizen Kwame, Eve, Lawrence, Becky, Agnes, Kelly, Florence. God bless every single one of you. If I didn't say your name, it doesn't mean I don't love you. I love everybody. Okay? I love you so much. Take care. Have a fantastic day today. Make sure to make some time to rest your body, because tomorrow is back to the grind. May the heavens bless you. Take care. Bye.